1. Take 2 because I forgot to record the audio on the first one. Oh, such a smooth intro too. So apparently I did not get the memo about the movie Midsummer. And that memo would say that the movie is brainwashing. In order to keep up with this phenomenon, in case you didn't know, I did a review on the movie yesterday, which I will leave a link for right here. Watch that before you get into this. And there's also a video on YouTube. I'm not sure if I could link it to my own video. I'll look that up after this. But it's called How Midsummer Brainwashed Us. Give that a watch as well. And pretty much everything that I said. My dog's having a drink of water. Can I record now? So the brainwashing video says, make this very brief. Please watch the videos before. The brainwashing video says that it brainwashed us into rooting on Danny, in that we were brainwashed because we ignore the horrors that happen in Harga, which is the place in which this movie took place. And it kind of acted as if we were blind to the fact that people were being murdered, and we were convinced by this cult that none of this stuff mattered because Danny, in the end, was happy. First off, let me start by saying yes. Not yes to being brainwashed, but yes to us rooting on Danny. Pretty much everything that I had said in my review for the movie, I said I don't want to get too deep into it. Please give it a watch first so you can get my full synopsis, detailed synopsis of the film. Let me explain why I disagree that it is not brainwashing. Okay? I'm not brainwashed. Me watching that movie and rooting for Danny does not make me any more likely to go join a murderous cult. What I think when they say brainwashing is disrespectful towards the writer and director, Ari Aster. Here's the thing about film. When we watch film, it is not our job to be in control. It is our job to surrender ourselves to what the film wants us to feel. And you can't fight that. If you try to fight that, then you're getting rid of the experience. Even though we're surrendering ourselves, does not mean that we are being completely influenced. All right? Let me explain why. Because the reason we love movies, because movies are fun, okay? And what I mean by fun, all right, you're like, well, how the fuck was the Titanic fun or Human Centipede fun? Let me give my definition of fun in this scenario. Fun as in the idea of surrendering and feeling whatever it is that the film wants you to feel. Right? That's why it's fun, because we leave our current mind state and we just watch and we soak it in. Now, I don't know how a lot of other people watch movies, but that's how I watch movies, all right? They're to be appreciated. To be appreciated for what it gives you. And some movies are straight mind fucks, right? And I think it's disrespectful to consider those movies, in this case being Midsommar, brainwashing, all right? I call it great motherfucking directing and writing by Ari Aster. If he makes you feel like you were brainwashed, then he did exactly what he wanted, what he fully intended on doing. You know what I'm saying? You watch that movie and you're rooting for this girl who's in the middle of this murderous commune because the girl is happy. Sounds like you got sucked into right how the director wanted you to feel. I get where the controversy comes from. It's hard to accept. You know, it's like they're manipulating Danny. I read something saying that Danny was they knew what she had been through before she even got there, and they put her in all these steps, and they did all that for a reason. They wanted her to see what she saw so she could, whatever. And it makes sense. But for you to call it brainwashing, come on, man. Chill out, bro. Smoke a blunt. Relax. I call it riding the wave. AKA surrendering. Put it on and just ride that wave out and see where it takes you. And like I said, at the end, I'm not going to be, ready to join a cult. Let's go to a commune. Yes, I want to feel like Danny. We recognize the manipulation. We recognize the horror. It's not ignored. And just because we vote for Danny and her being happy does not mean that we're brainwashed and we don't care that people's lungs are being ripped out and you got someone inside of a dead bear and people filled with hay. No, we're like, oh yeah, that's cool now, because that's awesome because Danny's happy. Who cares? So to anyone who's actually convinced that the movie is, I hate that word. Why'd you guys have to do that? Let's replace brainwashing with astonishing, because it's the same thing, man. You call it brainwashing, I call it astonishing. I call it a great fucking job. I mean, I can't really think of any other examples of movies that have done that. I'm sure there's a couple, which, The Matrix is pretty fucking brainwashing, right? Like, how many people do you think after they watch that movie, like, do you think that simulation idea would be as potent and relevant as it is today if it wasn't for the Matrix? No. So you have to respect movies like that, man. Those are people. I said I would say that Ari Aster has found that balance that no one else has found, right? He's able to turn this just disgusting horror film into a peaceful, happy ending, where we don't even care about the horror. I think that's absolutely beautiful, and I think that it is an amazing job. And I wouldn't call it brainwashing. I'd call it an Oscar-winning film, right? So don't disrespect a film like Midsummer by calling it brainwashing. Call it a masterpiece. Call it what it is. If you're brainwashed, then you need to have a stronger will, all right? Don't be brainwashed by no film. It's on a TV screen, man. It's on a screen. Don't take it too seriously, but accept it and enjoy it and ride the wave and gather what you gather. And I promise you're not going to come out ready to be a cult head murderer, all right? Just accept it for what it is. In this case, Midsommar is not brainwashing. It's a masterpiece. Thank you for watching. My name is Alec Tristale. This is the Bluenose Show. Midsommar Brainwashing Review 2. I don't know. Peace out, guys.